What's up, everyone? I'm meteorologist Alex Libby from the Arkansas Storm Team. We're going to take a look at the potential impacts on your Thanksgiving travel. So Thanksgiving is one of the busiest travel days of the year, and actually AAA expects there to be 54.6 million Americans to travel. And out of that 54 million, 49 million are expected to drive. So that means likely most Americans are just going to be driving within the state, maybe a couple of hours. So that's why we're going to focus here in Arkansas on the weather in Arkansas and surrounding states for the days leading up to Thanksgiving, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a couple days beyond it. But at this point, we are more than a week away from Thanksgiving, and that means more than 7 days away from days after Thanksgiving. So right now, it's just a preliminary look at what to expect for travels. We're going to be very vague, but we are getting a pretty good idea at some impacts both in the state, and if you're flying, several million Americans will be flying across the country. That's what we're going to cover first. Let's look at temperatures. So temperatures are pretty important. Here in Arkansas, we're going to be seeing below average temperatures this weekend. So the weekend before Thanksgiving week, it's going to be cold, below freezing temperatures in the morning, above freezing temperatures in the afternoon, but highs only in the 40s. Not expecting any snow again, but we're going to be cold this weekend. This is the American model. We're going to look at two different computer forecast models because we are several days away. So we want to see how well the models are doing forecasting for Thanksgiving week as well as beyond. So right now it looks like a warm-up Thanksgiving week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, highs near 60 and into the 60s, which is nice if you like the warm weather, but it's also good news because it reduces the chance for any system that's arriving to fall as snow or ice. So right now it looks like rain or thunderstorms would be the only impacts that we'd see Thanksgiving week. That means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thanksgiving, and then the day after. European model on board with the American model. So that's always good to see. We're seeing some agreement. We can expect cold temperatures the weekend before Thanksgiving, warmer temperatures during Thanksgiving week, and Thanksgiving itself looks like we'll see highs in the 60s here in Arkansas. So that's the temperatures. Now let's focus on how precipitation may impact your travel. This is Monday. So far, just partly cloudy skies. Travel should be good. If you plan on driving on Monday, A-OK, green light, go. Tuesday, also, even more sunshine, make that travel even easier. But that comes to a change the day before Thanksgiving. So this is Wednesday, November 23rd. Clouds will start to increase, maybe even some rain chances. Again, rain looks possible on Thanksgiving. This is the American model. It does show some heavy rain indicated by those dark green shades here just west of Arkansas. And anytime we see a rain chance and a cold front or a potential for a cold front this time of the year in November, we're going to be watching for severe weather. So right now it's too early to determine whether we're going to see thunderstorms or severe weather, but it's something that we're going to keep an eye on. Again, Thanksgiving is more than a week away. We'll get a better idea as we get closer. But for now, confidence is pretty high that we're going to be seeing rain either the day before Thanksgiving, the night before, or Thanksgiving Day itself. Again, this is on Thursday, so this is Thanksgiving, seeing rain and storms move through. That would probably be the most impacts to your travel, but as of right now, if it's just heavy rain, your impacts will be maybe taking it a little bit slower, giving yourself extra time driving to Thanksgiving. So overall, not huge impacts. If you're planning on flying on Thanksgiving, that could be a different story. If we do have thunderstorms, that will cause delays at the airports. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. So, like I said, we're far away. Let's see how the models are agreeing. This is Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Pretty good. The models are both showing a low pressure system. Both of them are in the Rockies, coming out of the Rockies, and then forming into a stronger low as it moves eastward into Arkansas. They both have it west of the state on Thanksgiving, and they both have it going through the state on Thanksgiving. The biggest changes is the location. The American model has it further north, which would be a little bit more conducive to the potential for thunderstorms or severe weather, which we don't want to see. European model has a little further south, which would more just be a cold rain. And then the American model is a little bit faster. And also to note here, this is a location where you could see a nor'easter, a snowstorm for the northeast. So if the American model is correct, if you're traveling after Thanksgiving, we could potentially see a snowstorm in the northeast, which would impact you if you're flying to places like Maine, Massachusetts, New York. And now that's what we'll talk about. So if you're planning on driving, here's the impacts. We could see some rain on Thanksgiving. That could slow you down a little bit. Other than that, for driving, impacts look minimal. Winter weather doesn't look likely. That's the biggest concern when it comes to driving, especially here in Arkansas and the surrounding states. Now let's talk about flying. If you're planning on flying on Monday, impacts look very low. Clean, the whole country is clear other than maybe some mountain snow in Washington state. That could cause some delays, but not likely. Tuesday, that storm moving onshore from the Pacific Ocean into Washington state. Again, that could cause some issues. That could cause some delays if you're planning on flying to Oregon or Washington. The rest of the country, if you're flying on Tuesday, looks good to go. Moving to Wednesday, there's that system coming out of the Rockies. Wind impacts possible in Texas. Rain possible in Texas. And then eventually in Arkansas, this is Thanksgiving. So we could see some wind impacts if you're flying to parts of West Texas. Snow impacts if you're driving or flying up towards Nebraska, Iowa, and then the rest of the Midwest and South, we could see some showers and thunderstorm impacts, which could cause some delays. As far as driving goes, that's okay. Now, this is where the impacts could be a little bit greater. And again, we're getting pretty far away, so this could change before now and then. But this computer model, this is the American model, is showing snow impacts in the Northeast the day after Thanksgiving. That could cause a serious travel delay for everyone across the country, because we all know a lot of flights get delayed and canceled in the Northeast. That can cause a domino effect and cause flights to get delayed across the rest of the country, and that snow looks like it will continue into next weekend. So in conclusion, what we know so far, which is not a lot because we're so far away, is that rain looks likely on Thanksgiving here in Arkansas. Again, that could slow your travel, your driving several hours, so you might want to give yourself extra time. Secondly, if there is a snowstorm after Thanksgiving, it will be in the Northeast. And again, that could cause flight delays. All that being said, we are still several days away. We'll have more updates to this weather blog post and more updates to the Thanksgiving travel as we get a little bit closer. But for now, it looks okay unless that snowstorm does pan out into the Northeast. Then we'll be seeing some pretty serious flight delays.